Lord, he's a peasant. You can't make a squire of a peasant.
So the last time we left off, I think we finished off, I forget what one. I think it was, yeah, I think we did finish off Drachmira's quest. It took us a fair while, but it is one of the longer quests in the game. So yes, the part where you get Necronomicon is always the most difficult part. Finished off our rock and a hard place, and Matthew and Fritz now have no money anymore. Well done to those two dumbasses. Okay, so in the meantime, I've done a little bit of grinding of several skills. Now, yeah, so herbalism and horsemanship, well, herbalism has gone up to 10. Horsemanship was already 10. I did a little bit of work on alchemy, and other than that, I think pretty much it's all at where we were at the last video. May have done a few, yes, I did a touch of both skills. But other than that, you know, basically, got a bit of warfare just from generally punching people around. Both from practicing the Chumps Ledechko, and 4 from unarmed. So yes, other than that, I'm actually quite terrible at weapons. But I'm okay generally at swinging things. Once we hit 7, that will actually, you know, that will allow us to swing much faster. But I don't believe that we'll be hitting too many people. I don't believe so. Anyway, speech has gone up to 9. So yes, it looks like the mouth is stronger than the fist so far. And here, let's see, herbalism's gone up a bit. Yeah, other than that, it's all fairly benign. Haven't killed anybody. Still, other than time when I accidentally killed someone. Lol. Anyway, it is about 6 PM. So I need to buy some food. Oh no, I already have food, so I should probably buy some food. And I was in the middle of grinding some Lazarus potions. We got the recipe from, what's his name, Herman. That's right. So now we have a lot of recipes. So Lazarus is the most important potion in the game, really. Especially in hardcore. Because it gives you healing over time, effectively. So it's actually quite handy during battles. So how about we head back? Do I have any stolen gear? That issue with the apple. I haven't forgotten that time when the guard caught me with the effing apple. Wait. Why is it 1.4? The price has gone up. Ah, crap. So yes. Here you see the effects of us being caught with that stolen apple. So yes, unfortunately we took a reputational hit. Oh well. I'll tip him 0.1. That will give us double reputation.
A little something on top for a good measure.
Thanks 1,000 times.
People are so cheap to buy. People are, you know, very easily influenced by money, which is true to real life as well. If you flash around a lot of cash, unfortunately, people will at least pretend to like you. They may well stab you in the back once you run out of money, but you know, while you have money, the two-faced nature of man. Here's Carolina. I do like that dress. I think at some stage we'll give Teresa that dress. Anyway, let's go back. I did check out the rest of the map, and there shouldn't be any further quests for me to do. So we're ready to go speak to Sir Radzig. Oh, actually, what happens if I turn up as a human? I just had a thought. I don't think the game will react to that, unfortunately. The game does not react to that. Generally, disguises only come in specific circumstances. Generally, what you're wearing doesn't really matter, other than, say, the charisma value. But I will do it just for the heck of it. But let's see, is there anything she has to say?
Henry, I'm so glad to see you.
Well, look at that. She'll probably say no.
A walk? I'd like that very much.
Yeah, she needs time to settle in, which means that we have to go see Radzig first.
Settle in, will you?
If that's what you want.
It's not you, Hal. It's just this isn't a good time.
Also, it's raining cats and dogs. Same with the dog. You can pick it up early, but there's not much point to having the dog because you can't do anything with it. Effectively means that you're wasting a whole bunch of money trying to feed it. Okay, how about I sleep first, and then we'll wake up sometime in the early hours of the morning. We'll go sit down in the bog. And then we'll read our book. So after we've read the book, we shall go have a bath, and then we shall go see bloody Sir Radzig. It's a good thing he hasn't been waiting for us, because otherwise he would have been very upset. So far, I think we've played like very close to 40 hours in the game, and we haven't done any of the main quest. Now let's go have a sit at the toilet, because you know, apparently that gives you the ability to read better. Everybody knows that reading on the toilet is more effective. In modern day man looks at his phone. Ah, look at that. Any level of herbalism. Yeah, okay. Not a perk, but... Yes, I did get botanist and leg day. And then I have to ask, who the hell cleans this up? Usually it's meant to be a big hole. So back in the day, they just dug a big hole and then crapped in it and they just covered it up. Boo hiss. 10 groschen?
I'm not giving you that much.
And how much are you willing to pay?
Come on. Oh, okay. There's no way I can get any more than say.
What about this?
So I guess there is a base level of cash you gotta pay. Yeah, that's okay.
You won't regret spending the money. I guarantee it.
They're always stuffing the faces with boar, I think it is. But yes, you have to wonder how many calories they've actually put on for the... How many days in game have I played? 24 days, 25 days. So they've been eating non-stop for 25 days. Alright, here we are. This is Peasants Castle. Yes, and actually, a lot of the castles of the era would have looked like this. They're not the grandiose Disney-like castles that, you know, people think.
Could that be the smith's son, Hal?
On my soul. It is him. What are you doing here, lad? We thought you were done for.
Bandits attacked me in Skalitz.
And why, for God's sake, did you go back there? Who else but cutthroats and bandits did you expect to find?
I needed to bury my parents.
Oh, I see. Your father fought like a lion. I'm sorry.
He saved my life.
And not just yours. He was a good man, and you did right to bury him.
I didn't even manage that. I failed to save him or put him to rest.
And just what could you have done at Skalitz? If you tried to fight, the both of you will be dead. He gave his life for yours, Hal. So you'd better make good use of it.
You're right. And just what are you doing here?
I must speak with Sir Radzig. Is he here?
He's in the palace with Sir Hanush of Ratai. They're feasting in the Knight's Hall. What do you want with him?
My father made him a sword. He asked me to deliver it to Sir Radzig.
I don't see any sword.
No. Bandits attacked me and stole it. I need to tell his lordship what happened. And then I'm going to find the sword.
Of course you are, Hal. Good luck.
Thanks.
That's very dismissive, of course you are, Hal. He means you don't have a chance in hell. But he's being polite about it. Anyway, so... Okay, so my role-playing approach is that, I went around looking for the sword myself, couldn't find the bandits, hide no hair and all that, and we finally come to Sir Radzig in order to get some official aid to find the sword. And some weapon training. You can find a little bit of information
What about
here.
our Sir Radzig?
Sir Hanush gave him the whole of Perkstein for his use. He seems to be bearing up well considering all he's lost.
He's probably just withdrawing from the bank. Which didn't quite exist back in the day. They existed, but not in the form that we understand them. Can't quite go to the ATM, you know?
Your Graces, I have to tell you in all seriousness that this land of ours is in the shit. Deep fucking shit. Don't you agree?
I might not have put it as eloquently as you, Hanush, but I've been driven out of my own castle, so I'm hardly going to disagree.
Indeed. But Pirkstein is yours for as long as you need it. There's room enough for your men and you here at Rattay, and I'm sure my ward won't have any objection to me lending you his castle.
I'd be honored. Pirkstein is at your disposal as long as you wish, Your Grace.
Just as well you have another castle at the other end of town, eh? At any rate, I'm beholden to you, Sir Hans, and to you, Sir Hanush.
I don't like to speak ill of your people, Sir Radzig, but, well, there's no love lost between the townsfolk and the refugees. There's been talk of criminality.
No, they'll have to get used to it until the situation's resolved.
But when will it be resolved? And what on God's earth is this war even about? I won't lie, sir. I don't understand it.
You aren't alone, Father. I believe Sigismund's original intention was to persuade Wenceslas to accept the imperial crown and to leave the rule of Bohemia to him.
Who could blame him? I know Wenceslas is a friend of yours, Radzig, but even you have to admit he brought it upon himself.
I can't deny the king neglected affairs of state for other pursuits. There is a need for order
Other
in the land,
pursuits.
but I don't think the lords who sided with Sigismund realized just what Hungarian order looks like.
Hungarian order.
What concerns me, sir, is how a good Christian could resort to such brutality.
To give him his due, I don't think he expected the lords of this country to stand behind the king. But thanks to him, we're tearing ourselves apart, and now he has to get things under control.
But why in God's name does he have to use those barbarians?
Money is the root of all evil, young sir. Wars are costly, and this one has dragged on for a year. Sigismund ran out of coin for knights, so he recruited those whore sons that settled in Hungary. The less he pays, the more they make up for it with plunder.
That's why he attacked us. He was after our silver.
Aha.
You've no business here. Clear off.
Wait, it's Henry. Henry, who disappeared after I clearly ordered him to remain at Taunberg.
I'm sorry, sir, but I had to bury my parents.
Had to? Do you think you were the only man who lost someone there? But the others listened to their lord.
And it wasn't just your own life you nearly threw away. So Robard and his men risked theirs to save you.
I'm sorry, but I had to.
Oh, there you go. When you have to, Radzig.
It's like
Your
going to the
father was a
toilet.
remarkable man, and your mother, she was remarkable too. They deserved a Christian burial. Did you manage that at least?
No. I was attacked by thieves. I wouldn't be here now if it wasn't for that girl.
Girl?
The miller's daughter, Teresa.
The miller's daughter saved you from the footpads? Well, there's a tale to tell your children.
I owe her my life. She distracted them and then brought me to Ratai. But without Sir Robard, we'd both be dead.
Oh, that's what I call a good woman. Hang on to that one, lad.
That's a
Still,
hint.
It's a great shame your parents are buried in unconsecrated ground. That means purgatory for them.
Be quiet, friar. I didn't invite you here to eat me out of house and home and deliver a sermon while you were doing it.
If you're so concerned, Father, maybe you should save the innocent souls of these fine Christians yourself. Go to Skalitz and consecrate their graves. I assure you, if you're killed by bandits, your soul will soar straight to heaven, as long as someone buries you in consecrated ground first.
If there's anything left to bury, that plump carcass of yours would be quite a feast for the wolves and the crows. And one skeleton looks much like another, so how would we know which were your ordained bones or those of Sigismund's Tartars?
Be that as it may, why have you come here?
He's being bullied.
I must get your sword back.
Sword? My sword hangs here at my side.
No, the sword my father forged for you. One of those thieves stole it from me.
They almost killed him and he already wants to go back.
Takes after his father, I suppose. Lad, I've lost a castle, a village, silver mines, and a good half of my subjects. Why would I miss one sword?
Because it's the last one my father forged, and I promised him I'd deliver it to you.
I understand. I'd feel the same way. But prudence is the better part of valor, and a dead man keeps no promises.
Aye. The woman had to save his fat from the fire, and now he wants revenge. What kind of fool are you, boy?
He's no fool. Henry, you have courage, but you need training, arms, a horse. Or do you mean to beat this thief at dice?
No, sir. Please, take me into your service and give me the chance to learn these things.
The gall of him. Fled from the enemy, disobeyed your orders, duped Sir Divish, lost your sword, put Sir Robard in danger with his actions, and now he wants a promotion.
Sir Capon's right.
What you say is certainly true, except for fleeing the enemy. You would have run as well, believe me. Henry's earned some punishment, but how do you punish someone who's already lost everything, Courage and blind obedience are good qualities for a soldier, but a wise man also appreciates loyalty, perseverance, and determination. Besides, that was a fine sword that his father made. If he thinks he can get it back, I won't turn it down.
My lord, he's a peasant. You can't make a squire of a peasant.
Why not? Someone made a priest of a pig.
He isn't a peasant, Father, he's a blacksmith, and recent events have left me in need of his skills. So, you'd like to enter my service?
Sir, Yes, I would. You won't regret it.
Oh, I probably will. I'm doing this for your father, lad. Don't it disappoint me.
Well, fortune has finally smiled on you today, lad. Make the most of it.
Now that I think about it, Sir Hanush, the boy needs training and experience, and you need spear carriers.
That's true. The bailiff is always complaining about your people making trouble in the camp. Maybe one of their own among the guard might help.
It might. In any event, it will prove valuable experience.
But let's be clear. You're the one paying him. Captain Bernard, see to his training, and then send him to the bailiff.
Yes, sir.
And don't spare him.
You can rely on it, sir.
Don't forget, Henry. Don't disappoint me.
I won't, my lord.
I'm glad that this particular cutscene actually reflects our clothing. So yes, if you come in here wearing full plate armor, you'll still get called a peasant. Oh, I forgot about this. I wanted to wear my Kuman armor. Damn! I might go back and try that, wear my Kuman armor. That'll be a laugh. Bernard is going to come down. That's probably him, and that's Hans. Bernard's coming down, the fry. So everybody's leaving the feast now. So yes. So we have to wait for him at the training grounds. And by the way, that was indeed a promotion. They weren't just joking about it. He is Sir Hanush, which means that Captain Bernard is probably. Let's see. Can we talk to him? Does he have anything worthwhile to say?
The Lord be praised. What brings you to me?
Ah, okay.
Sir, I met the parish priest of Uzhitz, and I must say he's a very interesting man.
I should say so. Have you ever seen him at swordplay? Not bad for a man of the cloth, is he? Rumor has it, when he finished his studies at the university where his father sent him, he decided the religious life wasn't for him, and vanished to foreign parts. They say he made a living as a mercenary. I even heard he fought against the Turk at the Battle of Kosovo, and then he suddenly came back and settled down here. No doubt it cost his family plenty, but he's a fair man, and I'm fond of him. There's a lot to be said for a priest with a good understanding of vice. God be with you.
So yes, that's because we met Godwin. Oh, hello. Hello. Black Peter. All my homies hate Black Peter, as you'll see eventually. But before we actually deal with Black Peter, I'm gonna have to get some skills, right? So what's his name is still not here. He does take his sweet time, I have to say, because he does physically walk here. Oh, actually, he's already here. I'm the one taking my sweet time. Would you believe that? All right. Now the important thing is to get naked before you train, because apparently your underwear is indestructible.
I'm here for training.
Yes, you're that boy Sir Radzig said.
Yes, I'm not a boy, but that's okay. Let's not throw it in his face.
Yes, that's me.
Let's get to it then, since that's what Sir Radzig wishes.
So in other words, this is not what he wishes.
Because you've never held a sword in your hand before, we'll start with something simpler.
Yeah, let's start with the basics.
Come with me and listen closely. I don't want to be repeating myself. Take care now.
So just as a note, I am playing with a mod that disables the slow-mo.
So let's see what you're made of. Hold it properly and keep moving. Never stand still when your life depends on it.
So yes, the most important thing to remember here is shift in order to disengage.
Right, good. Now try it.
You are kind of locked
You've
to
got
your
put your
opponent.
back into a good slash. No use waving the sword around like you're swatting flies. Go into the attack with your whole body. Try slashing from various sides to get used to it.
Okay.
That's
We are
it.
so slow. Oh my
Very
god, we are so
good.
slow.
Nice. Very good.
Oh my god, that is so slow. It hurts my eyes.
That pointy tip isn't for decoration. Try stabbing me with it a few times.
So there's two stabs, one to the chest, and if you press up, it will stab to the eyeballs.
All right. That will do. Slashing, stabbing, and movement are the foundations that you build everything else on. Now, let's try something more complicated. One strike, I can simply fend off. You mustn't give your opponent time to react. String your strikes together. As soon as you finish one, begin another. Strike, strike, strike.
Okay, so the key here with chain strikes is to change the direction while the swing is happening, and then hit the button to swing once you hear the clashing of swords. So let me swing this way.
Good.
So yes, you have to use the audio or the visual cue. So you can see how quickly I am swinging. I think that's about it, isn't it?
What is it? Ah, that's it.
Okay, so I guess the game expects me to take my time.
Move quickly.
I am.
That's it.
Is that it?
Now
Okay,
let's see how you do with defense. It's not hard to block a basic strike. Just watch out and move your sword into the path of the blow. All right. Good.
So the key is to watch for him physically swinging.
Very well then. Let's see what you're made of, lad. Come at me and don't hold back. Good strike.
Uh-huh. That's gonna hurt, yeah. A bit too slow to block. But you can see that stabs, once you step back a little bit, are kind of useful. Except, yeah, so... Oh my god, my swing is so slow! Yeah, so even blocking is a bit harsh. So I've got defense 0, so which means that swing is so slow and defense is so slow. Hurts my eyeballs. And my vitality is so
See, I lure you, then attack unexpectedly.
That's interesting. He's not supposed to pull off that yet.
Fine, enough. You're not a complete dead loss. It'll be hard work to turn you into a master, but you have the basics. Let's try something more advanced. When in combat, keep an eye on the space between you and your opponent. That is your space. Try to attack from the side the opponent will find harder to block in time. If I'm holding the sword raised up, do an uppercut. If my sword is low, lunge. Let's try it. You strike a few times at the side where I'm not holding my sword. Ah, that's all right. Well done. All right. Ah, that's it.
You can see that if you do hit...
Lesson 2. Everything you've learned about blocking is wrong. When I cover, I can simply fend off your blows with my sword and gain control of the space between us. But it's better not to control just the space, but actually your opponent's weapon. Attack, and I'll show you.
Okay, there you go.
All right, that will do. Now you. The trick is to stay in your stance. As soon as I start to attack, you block. The move knocks the blade aside.
Okay, so the key to watch here is the swing back, the pull back. So once it reaches the apex...
No, not like that. You mustn't hold the sword there. You have to move along with the attack. Again.
Okay, so in this case, for perfect blocks, you want to wait until he reaches the apex and then begins to swing at you.
Very good.
For master strikes, you want to do it just before he begins to swing. So that's a fail.
Too soon again.
That would have been a master strike though. So he pulls back, now he begins to swing. That's when you block.
Not bad.
Again, so yeah. That's when you get a perfect block. But if you want to get a master strike, do it just before. Just before he reaches the apex
there. We'll try it
there.
a little faster. Concentrate and block just at the moment I start attacking. I'll strike you from above each time so you can see it well.
Yeah, so what it means, you watch him pull back and then block. Once it begins to swing.
All right.
Pull back and begin to swing.
Well done.
It's a lot more difficult. Oh, okay, that's a bit too quick.
Try
It's
and
a lot more
catch the
difficult in real
rhythm.
combat though when you
See the
disable
sword
slow mo.
move, you move at the same time and deflect it.
Yeah, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up.
Nice. All right.
Yeah, a bit too early.
Ow. No, again.
So yes, I'm not used to playing with slow mo anymore. So actually, I'm a bit too quick for the slow mo. Oh, yeah, he gets a free hit in, scumbag.
Now let's try it at full speed. You probably won't succeed, but that's normal at the start. You must train. Let's go.
I've got defense 1, so the chance of getting a perfect block at time kind of difficult.
Ow.
I think I am.
Captain Bernard.
Aha, he tried to get a free hit in, scumbag.
Wait a while, Henry.
He always does that, this scumbag. How about, I can't put on my clothes, too bad.
Greetings, Sir Hans. What brings you here?
I was on my way when I noticed that you're entertaining Sir Radzig's esteemed guest. Not the same as holding a hammer, is it, blacksmith?
It's Sir Radzig's orders.
I know. I'm actually here to train at the archery range. My hand's grown heavy lately. You don't mind, do you, Bernard?
Not at all, my lord.
Good day to you, blacksmith's boy. Try not to hurt yourself.
It doesn't matter, I'm naked. You can't hurt me when I'm naked.
Where did we finish? Yeah, leading the opponent where you want him. There's one more way to evade a strike. You simply step aside, attack, and I'll show you. All right, try it. It's important not to move too soon. I'll see where you're going and hit you. And the same will happen if you move too late. I'll attack slowly now. As you see me, raise the weapon, jump aside. It'll throw the opponent off a bit, and there's your chance.
So which way you dodge doesn't matter. But
Very good.
I would think that you would go into the attack in order to actually.
That's it.
Yeah, so in this case, I should. Yeah, in this case,
That's it.
Fine. Now try it a little quicker. Try and get used to the rhythm. Never take your eyes off your opponent. You'll see a strike before it's even properly started.
So yes, the window for dodging is a bit bigger. So the reason why you want to use dodging is to avoid combinations. Hey, hey, that's cheating. I was trying to move. So yes.
Not bad.
Because you can get struck by combinations
Today,
if you block.
You raise the sword to force your opponent to block, but then change the direction of the attack at the last moment, and the opponent won't even know what hit him. Try it. Draw back the weapon, then change the attack zone and strike, so I don't have time to react.
Okay, so this is done by pull back, choose a direction, pull back, and then change the direction and let go.
No, that's not it! Wrong! Wrong! No, that's not it! Good!
So the window for changing the direction is pretty small.
Alright! No, not like that! Not that! Wrong! Wrong! No, not like that! No, that's not it! Not like that! That's it! Well done.
Is that it? Yeah, that's it.
Well now, that wasn't too bad. Maybe we'll make a soldier of you after all. But don't get cocky. You have to train hard and persistently. You might have talent, but talent alone won't do. Practice. Whenever you've got nothing better to do and you're in the mood for it, you can come and train here with me. I can teach you something more when you're up to it.
That line was added much later on. Because it was one of the problems that people didn't realize that you could go back.
Archery. Come with me.
Okay, let's put on some clothes. Anyway, so that's that. We'll have to finish this part off first. And what did I get? Yes, I got a few skills, didn't I? Let's get this is good. Blood letter. I don't want to kill anyone. So yes, we just learned feint here. I don't really want any of those skills. Specifically because they're likely to lead to the opponents dying. So yes, you can't come back after the archery bit. So you have to report to the bailiff, I believe. And then you can come back and speak to Captain Bernard and get more training. Which you definitely should. Usually I come back and train with Captain Bernard before I go speak to Nightingale. Because once you speak to Nightingale, that's what triggers the next stage of the main quest. So I usually take a day to train with Captain Bernard, and then the day after. So today, for example, I might come back and train with Captain Bernard for the rest of the day. And then tomorrow, I'd go and see Nightingale. Who are you? What kind of refugee are you getting? No, you're not. You're just a beggar. You're not a refugee. Man, these beggars. Show them the clink of a coin, and you know they'll give you any lie that you want. Okay, I do have bow 7, by the way. So it is nice to actually beat him and get the bow. Having said that, I have to defeat him as sword player as well, which is gonna be a bit tougher. Might not be able to do it, I don't think. But I should be able to beat him at archery at the very least.
Let's see then. Take this bow, go and stand in position over there, and we can start. And another thing, put on this arm guard. Without it, you could flay your forearm with a bowstring, so be sure to wear it.
Thank you, Captain.
Save the thanks, and get in position.
Okay, so the van brace is actually...
A bow ain't exactly the weapon of choice of a knight, but it can come in very handy. You've got 2 bandits coming at you from a distance. You shoot one in the eye, drop your bow, and draw your sword on the other. Emperor Charles, God rest him, encouraged his subjects to learn archery. He even organized contests in Prague. But you wouldn't have gotten far there. You're holding the thing like a piece of firewood. But enough talk. There's the target. Try and hit it. Draw the
how
bow,
easy.
Aim and release.
Just shoot someone in the eyeball, right? Okay, fine.
Inhale on the draw. Hold your breath for a moment, and then release the string. No jerky movements. Just let the string slide out of your fingers.
Too low.
As if you were about to draw it back more. It's all one.
Yeah, he makes snide comments, this guy.
Aiming at the target and flying at it. Shoot away. What you have there is a training bow. The arrow drops quickly. Once you've trained a bit, you can get yourself a better one, and then those arrows will fly so fast you won't see them. Don't forget the arm guard. Once you've mastered the bow a bit, you won't need it anymore.
Yeah, Sir Hans makes snide comments throughout, even though he sucks himself. Oh, I missed. Really? That is harsh, game. Should've let me...
Well, that was awful.
Oh, okay.
I didn't imagine a village yokel like you would have much skill, but you failed to meet even my low expectations.
I don't know why you're wasting your time, Sir Bernard. Nothing will come of him anyway, and at the first sign of trouble, he'll run away like any other cowardly peasant. After all, he's done it before.
Oh.
What did you say? Calm down, boy. Keep in
Got a
mind
nice
who you're
cudgel
talking
for your head right there.
Braggart who was born with a silver spoon in his mouth.
Now, you've really done it. You'll go to the stocks for that.
Calm yourself, Sir Bernard. If the blacksmith boy feels he can prove himself, then let him try. Do you think you can beat me? Well?
Anytime.
Very well. If you defeat me, I'll give you my bow. If you lose, you'll have to pay up. Do you even have any coin?
I have enough.
Aha, that's because I have some
Good.
money here.
Then let's get to it.
I have some money. That's not even counting my 5,000 in my chest. Okay. So it's time to shoot. Time matters in this contest. That's sucky. Okay, let's raise up a little bit. Okay, shooting faster is better. Because if you finish first, you get the equivalent of a bullseye. I was hoping that was a bullseye. But that's okay, 15 should be good enough. There's physically no way he can beat me. Now I just have to beat him at swordplate in order to get his bow, which is actually quite nice at this stage. But oh boy, early bows are so bad, it's not even funny.
Probably just wasn't your day, sir.
I told you I have a heavy hand, ever since I fell off that horse during the last hunt. What are you grinning about, boy? I think you owe me a little payback. How about a sword fight at the arena?
If you like.
Mm-hmm.
So
I should have taken him off.
Is this necessary?
My clothing, he's gonna smash my clothing.
About you fighting with your subjects. He explicitly told me.
I know what he told you. You can just tell him I didn't listen to you. So what's it going to be, blacksmith?
If we must.
Excellent. Then let's go.
Yeah, I've got 0 on everything except the warfare. Defense 0 is just so harsh. Okay. Oh. Yeah, it's... Ah, come on, game.
Here. Oh dear.
Oh, I was lucky. Oh, stepped out of the range. Might be able to just out stamina him. No, don't think so. Okay, no stamina. Swing. Okay, I think I won. So I basically brute forced the fight.
You got the better of me this time, blacksmith. Must be having an off day.
Are you alright, sir?
My clothing.
Don't worry your mangy head about me, peasant. We'll see each other again soon enough. You can keep my bow. Its best years are behind it anyway.
He tries to basically salvage his pride, but that bow is actually pretty good. At this stage, it's actually one of the better bows. 5.5. Oh, actually agility is a bit low. Anyway, 54 is very good at this stage. And my clothing, oh, I think I should be able to repair it still. Extremely lucky there. Extremely lucky, because if you'd taken it below, say, 60, I think I would have had trouble fixing it. So band braces are useful until above 5. After that, doesn't really matter whether you're wearing band braces or not.
You better hope his lordship hasn't taken it badly.
I hope he has, Nana.
He shouldn't have challenged me.
Careful. You might be under Sir Radzig's protection, but you'd be wise to stay on good terms with the other noblemen too. Now go to the rat house. The bailiff's waiting for you there.
Alright, Captain.
Okay, so unfortunately, can't do any more training with him until you go to the bailiff. So off to the bailiff we go. Let's get a bit more presentable. So yes, the perfect time to train with Bernard first. Oh shit! I always get scared when I'm falling from heights. Anyway, the perfect time to train with Bernard is right after you've spoken to the bailiff. So yes, unfortunately I can't do that right now. So it does involve a bit of grinding, but yes, you should. Usually I play with the Houserules, whereby I can train up to skill 5. Yeah, so defense, warfare, and your chosen weapon basically. So getting those up to 5 is actually a good idea. If this was your first time playing the game, I would recommend to get your skills up to 10. 15 would be too high, but 5 is a bit too low for someone who's never played the game. Oh, hello.
Look out!
Yes, okay.
My respects to you.
I'm to put myself under the bailiff's command.
Ah, so you're the young man Sir Radzig appointed.
Yes.
Very well. Sir Radzig asked me to test you a little, and as it happens, you've come at the right time. We've a few disputes to settle. It seems some of your former neighbors have been acting quite inappropriately. I was hoping having one of their own on the town watch might help sort things out.
Okay. Then you should look after us better.
You can count on me, bailiff.
You're certainly bold. I like that. Have you been to see Captain Bernard?
I have, and I have the bruises to prove it. The captain doesn't hold back.
The harder the training, the easier the battle. Well, anyway, you're going to assist my town guard. Come to the church in the afternoon. Yaroslav the watchman, Nightingale they call him, will wait for you there. He'll show you around the town and teach you a little about keeping the peace. And you need to stop by the armory to pick up some gear.
Yes, bailiff.
Farewell.
Okay, it is afternoon in the game, so we could technically do this, even though there's no way that, there's no way Nightingale would have received any notifications, so technically it makes more sense for us to go see him tomorrow. But that's okay. We're not going to train with Bernard, so there's not much else to be done. I'm kind of concerned that my skills are so low though. Okay, look at that. I got 2 skill points just from sparring like that. Defense, yeah. You need at least 2 or 3 defense before you can actually block anything meaningfully. It's really harsh. Even I can't block anything on defense 0, I'm sorry to say. And I'm pretty damn good at combat. So yes, the tower is over here.
I was told to pick up a kit here.
Name
Henry.
and in fealty too?
Sir Radzig Cobbler.
Yes, I've got you. Well, come on in then. Make yourself at home. Henry. If my memory serves me, you're entitled to a helmet, a gambeson, and a club.
That's all.
You want a kiss and a hug as well?
I mean equipment.
It's quite enough for patrolling the town.
So I guess Henry doesn't want a
Stop
kiss and a
trouble,
hug.
not start it.
Okay, there you go. So no SWAT gear, right? No SWAT gear for me. Oh, hello. I could have spoken to him as well. That's interesting. So the thing is, you have to wear the band braces as well. You have to wear the band braces. That counts as part of the uniform. So when you speak to Nightingale, he'll ask you, he'll check whether you're wearing everything. And if you're not wearing the band braces, that could be trouble. So yeah, that's about right. But yes, look at my bow, 39 versus 54. And the requirements are not that much higher. So yes, Capon's bow is actually very, very good. It just happens that it gets superseded very quickly. But early on, yeah, really useful. Alright, we got everything. Let us go see Nightingale. Is that him? I think he's coming now. I think that's him now. No, it isn't. Oh, look at that. Look at that. He's not here yet. Well, would you believe that? Usually he's there right away, but I guess that sufficient time has not passed. So technically I should be training with Bernard. Yeah, let me do that a bit. And yes, Bernard also goes for lunch. So you might not actually see him at the practice ring. Let me speak to the innkeeper. We'll see what the quest is.
Bertold, our local gamekeeper, was looking for help with something a while back. Why don't you ask him if he still needs help? Oh, and another thing. Sir Hanush is convening the Ratai tourney again at the Upper Castle. It's always a great occasion with duels all day long. You can still enroll tomorrow.
Yeah, not gonna do that. Okay, so Bertold. Bertold. That's interesting. We could do that now, actually. So let's pick up the quest with Bertold. It'll be the Those who know. Those who know. I can't even properly imitate it. It's just so weird. But yes, if you know, you know.
God be with you, good sir.
Any work for me here by any chance?
That depends. How's your hearing?
What?
I said, how's your hearing?
It's perfectly fine. You don't have to scream at me. I mean, why are you asking?
Because there is this one little job going. But I need someone who knows the area well and has good ears.
I ought to be able to handle that.
Fine. So here's the problem. My friend is a birder, and he left a few rare nightingales with me for safekeeping. They're good to trade. Rich gentlemen hang them caged up in their chambers. It keeps their wives from fretting when they're off drinking and wenching.
I see.
The trouble is the nightingales are gone. I don't know how, but the birds have flown.
Hang on, surely you're not asking me to go flapping around looking for birds?
Not exactly. Luckily, their wings are clipped, so they won't be far, and the watchman in the tower told me they headed off toward Vranik. I have traps prepared. It should be easy enough to catch them in those.
Fine, but how will I know where to put the traps?
I hear they like pine woods, and there's a pine-covered hill just before Vranik.
Right, a bloody great wood.
That's just why you need to listen out. Nightingales have a distinctive song. When you hear it close by, you set a trap on the spot. They kept twittering away the whole time they were here, so I can remember the tunes. I'll sing them to you.
I can't wait.
It went something like this.
What? People keep birds like that in their houses? It's like the sound a cat makes when you pull it by the tail.
You know how it is. The gentry's got all manner of odd tastes. The question is, can you remember it?
Can you repeat that?
Of course. Remember it now?
Yes, I'll remember.
Right, here are the traps. Don't forget, once you hear a nightingale, set a trap nearby. You ought to be caught in it after a while.
It's a bit of a joke quest, to be honest. It is a bit of a humorous joke quest.
Farewell.
Now, those traps had a good chance of actually causing a bit of bug in the game in early versions. So maybe I'm thinking that I should wait until tomorrow, pick them up and then drop the traps off, and then come back and handle in the quest just before I speak to Nightingale. Well, what's done is done. Hopefully, I won't have to do the training with Captain Bernard again. Lol, sad lols. Anyway, let's go beat up on this guy. I would have thought that the refugees quest would have been available already. So yes, right now my swinging skills are... Oh, hello. Has he gone for lunch? He may well have gone for lunch. Let me just pop over to the kitchen. Ah yes, that is one Captain Bernard. They do queue up nicely. So unfortunately I have to wait for him to finish getting his food in. Not sure why the lady's not getting food. It's not like, you know... Okay, let's see if we can't prompt her.
Good afternoon. Goodbye.
Oh, look at that, finally. You jumped the queue. You, sir. You need do well. But he's got a bigger sword than I do, so I ain't touching his ass. You don't mess with someone with a bigger sword than you do. Okay, so she was bugged. Okay, so unfortunately, I'm gonna have to wait for him until he finishes eating. That's a pretty late lunch if you think about it. It's what, 4 PM? But yeah, those woods around where you find the nightingales are a bit dangerous. So if you don't know what you're doing, you could be in real danger. Okay, let me... Did about 4. We might get maybe a couple of sessions with him. What I want to do though is I want to get the Master Strike skill. That's the most important skill to get. I think he's going back. So yes, people do physically walk back. Even though they're a bit slow.
Hey.
Just trying to mount you, good sir. Just trying to mount you. Get naked. Because the problem is that when you take damage, it damages your clothing. So the solution is to get naked. You definitely have to come back here in order to... Yes, here, training. Do combos, and you need to learn Master Strikes as well. So those are 2 things you need to learn.
If you want to really hurt your opponent, it's no use just flailing at him and hoping you get lucky. You need technique, but using skilled moves is no easy matter. There's no miraculous strikes you can learn that will ensure you win every duel. You've got to work those techniques into your combat, force your opponent into a position you want him in, and then attack unexpectedly.
So what this means is that the last attack will always hit.
Then slash from the side and back swing low down. So you expect me to strike from below, but then I turn the sword and strike you with the other side. Once more. Defend.
Ow. I can't block. It's forbidden for me to block right now.
Strike from above, then from the right, then slash. The strikes have to follow quickly, one after the other. As soon as one lands, you start the next. You have to keep exactly to the sequence, otherwise it won't come off. Slash from above, slash from the right, slash from below. Go!
Okay, so... what? What?
That's
there
it.
You go.
Try it once more. That's it. Try it once more. All right. You can learn lots of similar techniques with every weapon. Train and practice.
So there you go. We've learned the first combination. The practical effect is that the last attack will always hit. Always. So this is great against people who block really well. So this one you get for free. It's one of the better combinations. So every bit of slashing that we do gives us a little bit of a more skill. I need to learn Master Strikes. This is critical.
I think I've mastered the basics of combat. Could you teach me something a bit more advanced?
I see. And what weapon are you such a master at?
Positively dripping sarcasm.
I'm pretty good with the sword.
Well, go and train some more.
Ah, okay.
When you really got some skill, come back to me, and I might teach you something more.
Okay, so there is a minimum requirement of 3, which I don't have. So let me do a bit of free training. Now, having said that, what I should be training personally is my bludgeon skill, my mace, because I'm not gonna use blade weapons, am I? But it is good. It is good to have bladed skills for the tournament. And it is the easiest skill to get. Okay, so practice weapon.
I'd like to train a bit.
Right. What weapon would you like to
The long sword.
I still don't feel entirely competent with the bastard sword. I'd like to try that.
Alright, so we have 1 combination.
Grab your piece.
And
We'll get stuck in.
1 and 2 skill points. And 1 defense point, so. Yep. Master struck. Hey, don't swear at me. Kurva. Don't bitch. Oh, nice. Yeah, he's early on he's just gonna beat the crap out of him. My stamina is low. Yeah, don't bitch. I forgot how to swear in check now. I learned from people in my stream previously. Too slow. Okay, master struck. Okay, master struck again. So that's just gonna happen. Oh, okay, don't lose lock. Yeah, unfortunately, early on it's just gonna be that's experience. Yeah. So the first strike should always be a feint, right? Too slow? I can't believe that's too slow. But my instincts are kicking in now. So yes, you see I'm not getting struck other than master strikes. Oh no. Yeah, whenever you grapple with him, he's gonna smash you. Ah, come on. Really? Okay, now we have enough sword skill. Strength. Perfect. What the hell? Perfect defense skill. That is so important. Okay, so let me just get 1 more point of something. Yeah, so early on controlling the... Yeah, it's a little bit difficult. It gets a lot easier once you have enough skill. And you can see that I'm blocking much better. So I should have hit defense 3, so you can see that I'm blocking much better now. Take that, Bernard. We're gonna burnies and all that. You'll be dead soon. Lol. But I want to get 1 combination off on him. Come on, game. My god. Okay, fine. Surrender. Let's learn master strikes. But yes, that downward slash is a bit tricky. Okay, no. Can we?
I think I've mastered the basics of combat. Could you teach me something a bit more advanced?
I see. And what weapon are you such a master at?
You just saw that. The sword.
I'm pretty good with a sword.
You're a bit cocky, ain't you?
Yes, now we got
All
skill
right,
3.
then, let's see what you can do. If you're as good as you think you are, I'll teach you some master strikes.
I'm ready.
Yeah, so you have to learn master strikes before you venture out in the world. They're really important.
Stand there, take your weapon, and fight. If you look like you know what you're doing, I'll teach you a trick or two.
Oh, really? Is that good enough for you? Do you think I know what I'm doing? Okay, a bit too little stamina. I blocked your second strike, buddy. Oh, too quick. I blocked you.
Enough. That will do. That wasn't at all bad. All right.
Not
Seems
all
you're
bad,
ready
he
for the next
says.
lesson.
I smacked him around.
Pay close attention. I'll teach you the most important thing. It's good to be able to attack. It's good to be able to fend off your opponent's blows. But the best is when you're able to do both at once. A master stroke is when you parry your opponent's blow and strike him at the same time. Attack me, and I'll show you how it's done.
So yeah, so the rule of thumb is to practice with him until you can smack him around easily. If you can do that, then you're good enough to go out in the world.
I parry and strike in one move. There's no defense against this technique if it's executed well. The thing is to time it right. Block right into your opponent's strike and match your movement to his. One elegant technique and the fight is won. Try it. I'll attack slowly. You parry.
Okay, so this is, you're supposed to hit it just before.
Nice.
Just before it hits the apex. So whereas with the perfect blocks, it was just after the apex. This one's just before. A bit too early there. So he's still pulling back, right? If you watch when I'm blocking, he's still pulling back. And that should have unlocked perfect blocks. Or master strikes, rather. The game is a bit loose on its terminology, so that's a bit of a problem. But yes, what we just learned there was master strikes. And it's best just to call them that. Perfect blocks are when you actually block and they get riposte. But yes, the game really mixes up its terminology. Blunt strike. This one's one of the better ones. Zone odds. Okay. Would have been nice to get Warfare 5, but as you can see, our skills have gone up significantly. 3 and 2. And 1 strength, yes, which means mule. Headcracker, excellent. So those are the 2 skills you want. Mule for extra carrying capacity, 133 now. And Headcracker, because he can knock out people. Is important. Excellent. So now I am fully equipped to go out and kick some ass.